Let's
Go for it.
All right. So I've taken a combination of a couple of slides here because the environment it's working. It's just not super reliable. I didn't want to depend on it completely. So I have taken a couple of slide decks from our eCW day and put it together. And I'll go over Healow Sign and a little bit of Healow Survey today as well. Because I want to make sure you guys see what they've done when it comes to how we're delivering these consents and questionnaires, etc. So obviously the whole purpose of Healow Sign is to make it easier for patients to sign consents, questionnaires, and then also Healow surveys as well. The same thing. We're basically pushing this out to them um, in a much easier custom fashion now, as opposed to just having campaigns, etc. with Messenger. Now you can actually custom push out certain consents for certain individual patients, or questionnaires for certain individual patients based on visit types or just, going to their hub and sending it out there. So before I even just get started on like the slide deck and the screenshots for both Healow Sign and Healow, actually, I think Healow Survey, post-visit surveys, etc., are already available on the campaign screen. But for Healow Sign, especially, if you guys are interested in this right now, you probably have to put in a case for this, and there's an item key that has to be switched on to get this activated in your actual database. But moving forward, eventually we'll have this available under the ODA screen, under the Messenger campaign itself. We'll have all of the sign survey and all of the information, all of this stuff under one section, probably under the Messenger campaign section, etc. Okay. But anyway, so, we're making it easier for patients to sign off on consents and documents that are needed either before the visit or, after the visit. And Healow Sign, it can be sent through the patient hub. It can be sent through the resource schedule or the office visit screen right now. Ideally, what we were talking about when Healow Sign came out was to have it available on the registry screen as well. The registry reports, because that way you can kind of customize what you're actually, a different set of patients to send it to. But as of right now, you can send it from the office visit screen. You can send it from the patient hub or the resource schedule. So individual to, picking a particular you pick a particular patient and send out whatever you need to. Or let's say you have your office visit screen, you have all your visits for the next day, and you want to send out this one particular consent you just added or something like that, or a questionnaire based on like the visits that you have scheduled for the next day. You can just go in there and send out a blast text message survey. And when that gets filled out, it comes right back into the patient document section. I'll jump in and out of both the environment as well as, the presentation, if that's okay. So I'm just gonna, just let me know, Jody, you can see my resource schedule, right?
Yep.
So I just want to show you on the actual, I just tested this out today. I put in this patient here, Raj, and if I right click on their name, there's a section here for Healow Connect. And think of Healow Connect as the terminal for where you basically are deciding what you're sending out and how you're sending out stuff to different patients or a group of patients here. So if I go on Healow Connect, I see that this particular patient has got, their web enabled. I can, they have access to the app as well. They've enabled H2H calling, so I can call them. But I also have a secure text tab out here. And this is where I can review all my, Healow surveys, Healow questionnaires, templates, etc. that I am creating and sending out to a patient from right here. So I have a list of all of this stuff right here and I notice how I got into it from the actual appointment screen over there. If I go into the hub, actually, I can just do that from here. Sorry. If I go into this particular hub for this patient, I just want to show you where all it exists in the application. There should be a connect button up here, right next to the info screen. So if you were, let's say, even if they didn't have an appointment for the day or something and you needed to go in and send them a survey or a questionnaire patient, they just left and you forgot to have them sign off on something, you could always go back into the hub and just hit connect over here. And the same screen pops up for which is where you're managing most of the, patient engagement materials here, including the text messaging for questionnaires, templates, etc. Right? So that's available there. And then we also have it, as I mentioned, on the office visit screen. So if I go into the office visit screen, we have a connect button up here. So you can actually select a bunch of patients over here for today, the next day, whatever it may be. And then you can hit connect and do the same thing that we just did. Figure out what you're sending out to them, click on connect and send it over. All right. So those are the three places. Eventually, I'm pretty sure they'll probably add it to the registry section and other, probably even just the recall section, patient recall sections, because it just makes sense, right, to have that available on multiple screens in there, just having the availability to send those custom templates. So hopefully soon. All right. On setup, this is the setup screen, which is available again in, I can go into the application, but just the big thing about setting it up is there's a section for Healow Sign under the, once the item key is selected and switched on, there'll be a Healow Sign tab that shows up under the menu section. And this is where you're setting up your Healow Sign templates. As you can see, you put in whatever the name of the template is, whatever the name of the consent form is or question is, whatever it may be. And then you are deciding when the form is going active. So if you want to have a consent that's coming in on a future date, that's going to be active on a future date, you can have that date put in there, and for the rest of the week or the month, you don't have to worry about it. It'll kick in when it's supposed to kick in. And it'll be available to use when that active form date is, passes or is live. And then when they save the form and it comes back into eCW, you decide where that form is going to under the patient's chart. So that section is right up here. So we've automated that. So as soon as that survey comes in, you say it's going into, this particular folder in patient documents. And it'll always go back in there. There is a section where you can always review. Also, we have like a dashboard, which I'll show you in the application, where you review all of the, consents, etc., that are coming back in. But this is just so it just goes directly into an actual folder in the patient's chart as well. Okay. When you're setting this up, this is the second screen that pops up when you're selecting a file. And again, when it comes to setup, initially, when you guys do get Healow Sign, we'll have someone reach out to you and walk you through a little bit of, at least the first few customizations, etc., and how to actually do this. But again, if you've set up letters in eCW, letter templates in eCW, we've made it much easier to actually put in those tags now. So when you're adding in the document, you put in a PDF or a .doc document. So it has to be a PDF or a .doc document, I believe. And you can basically put in whatever tabs, whatever signatures you want here. So all of the letter tags are available for you to just drag and drop onto that form once you've added it onto the actual, when you're pulling it in from the actual computer, you may be pulling it from your local machine, from somewhere online, but as long as you have it and you pulled it up here, you can add your letter tags to it up here. Okay. Patients simply need to use their date of birth and text verification code to access the document. So when they're getting that secure text form, they will, when they're clicking on the link to actually open it up, just like if you're familiar with the check-in process, there's going to be a link that's sent over with the survey or the form they need to fill out. When they click on it, it asks them for some authentication before they're actually viewing the actual form. So they put in their date of birth, they put in a verification code, and then once that authenticates them, just like, open access or any of those other products with eCW, they open the file and they can sign off on it. Okay, so this is a big one. In general, this is a big one. We're going to allow patients to upload documents onto the portal, which is I think in 12.02. And Sid, if you're on this call, you can call me a liar if it's not in 12.02. But I'm pretty sure it is in 12.02. If not, I'll get you that exact version number. But this will be a big one for allowing patients to upload documents on the portal. Okay. For the Healow survey, and actually, let me go in and actually, let's just go over the survey piece out here. So for Healow surveys, post-visit surveys, now I'm not sure if some people already might be using post-visit surveys, but if you're not, they're available in eCW, they've been available. They've just added a few good enhancements to the post-visit surveys now, and the surveys in general, actually, not just post-visit surveys, but you can have again, it linked these surveys to visit types in eCW. So once the visit is complete, etc., it triggers out the survey to go out and hit the patient and they can review it. You can send out a custom survey to a particular patient using Healow Sign now, right, with that Connect tab. So you can also do it, let's say a patient didn't fall into the pool of people who were supposed to get that survey and you realize you have to send something over, you can send it individually now through Healow Connect. So there's some overlap there. And you can link the surveys to campaigns if you want to increase the, the reach, which I think people who are using post-visit surveys are probably doing it through a campaign as it is right now. So you can, again, you choose how you're sending out the survey, whether it's a text message, an email, or, an e-message. Again, if you're using multiple modules like text and email, etc., there's different pricing as opposed to just sending out a text, one of the modules. And I believe it's 10 cents for individual text messages and 15 for if you're using more than one, like text and email, etc. But same pricing as Messenger, basically. Whatever your Messenger pricing is, it's the same pricing. We do support multiple languages now. So if I think the next screen has a screenshot of what those languages are. So this is kind of the setup screen for Healow Survey, as you can see again, and I'll go into the application and show you the setup screen as well, because I want to show you some of the dashboards. But these are the languages that are available now through Healow Surveys. And I think, again, I'll get you the exact version. I don't want to tell you it's in 1202 and then someone's already on 1202 right now and they send me an email with just the subject saying liar or something. So I'll get you that exact version. But this is going to be out soon. And, again, setup wise, you're setting it up the same way you would an actual campaign in eCW. So if you're familiar with campaigns in eCW, it's a very similar workflow to how you're setting up the surveys. Sorry. Move this here. Okay. Yeah, so this is showing me the actual campaign screen where for setting up a survey under post-visit survey under the campaign screen. So you guys might be familiar with this already. So out here, can you guys hear me okay? I just heard some noise on my machine. Just want to make sure.
All good.
We can hear you, Dhruv.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. All right. So post-visit survey, just showing you the screens for setting up a campaign. If you're not familiar with sending out campaigns, this is what it looks like. So you have, you name the campaign, which providers it actively falls under. And then you can also set this up in a way where you want the results to come back and, who you want to filter those results to and who's the person it goes to, etc. There's who has access to that actual dashboard for viewing these actual surveys and answers over here. Now, I believe in version, what we have, I think we have a link with Google as well. So it actually publishes it to Google as well. So if I go in here, I'll minimize this. So when you review the actual survey answers, etc., that are coming in, a lot of people were asking, oh, does it get published to a particular portal, etc.? And it used to just come right into eCW, and that's where it would be managed from, and you could take a look at the surveys. But now I think we have a link with Google reviews, so you can actually publish it to your Google review if you wanted to. Right now, it's just Google. I believe that's the only one. If you want to publish it to certain other sites, etc., you probably will have to do that manually, but you can do it. But obviously, you want it to be a little bit more automated. So right now, I think we have Google as the place we can publish it to, but eventually in the future, maybe they'll add in more stuff. All right. All right. So the analytics piece out here, and I guess I can show you this. Let me show you this in the application because I know this works out here. So once you get that, once you get the survey and sign switched on, this is where you'll see it. It's also an ODA as well. It'll be there. There'll be a separate section, but this is the easiest way to get to it. And this is where you're kind of managing your, where you're creating, again, we saw the screenshots of where to create that Healow Sign document. This is kind of where you'll be creating that sign document, etc. This is where you can view all the Healow Sign documents that are available in the application. And as long as you have security settings to view them, you'll be able to view them in the eCW application right here. And then the other thing over here that I wanted to mention is the responses. So all the responses coming in can be viewed if you are an admin and you have access to this response tab out here. And notice how I'm obviously not going over all the pretty colors and like all the aesthetics over here, which is nice. You can kind of click on it, just like you have your PGM reports. These are similarly designed to PGM reports. But you can also go into responses over here and see all the responses that have come through. They're obviously going to come in and go get attached to that patient into the patient's doc section based on your setup. But this is where you can actually review them. and you can actually click on them and see the actual results that have been filled in. So this is not the best, I don't have the best info in here, but I'll show you a screenshot. But this is kind of your dashboard for reviewing the individual responses and figuring out what you're doing with them. You can actually even respond to some of the surveys. So right now I'm on Healow Sign, but if I went to the actual survey tab for Healow Survey, when you go to the responses over here, and again, similar setup for creating your survey, that screenshot with the setup here, you can create from an existing survey and build on it if you wanted to, lots of things there. But what I wanted to show you was under the survey tab under responses, there's a section here where if you hover over it, you can view the response, and then you can actually, oh, that tab's not there. So that might be an enhancement piece. Okay. All right. Well, right now you can just view the response. So let me just wait on giving you that piece of info till I see it for sure. But this is where you'd be reviewing the results coming in for the survey. Similarly, you have the same setup for Healow Sign, and you can go in and view the responses from up here. Obviously, the documents will be sitting where they're assigned to sit when they come back in, right? If you said they're going to a particular folder, but there's also a dashboard that you can give access to individuals for. All right. So this is this is a screenshot of the survey response screen over there that I just showed you. And then what you can also do is you can filter your patient responses based on questions. So if there's a question, there's a question and there's certain questions that you want to focus on, you can actually go in and just view the answers and responses based on that question, which is pretty cool. Okay. All right. And I will stop here. And if you guys have any questions, let me know if you guys have any questions about it. Pretty straightforward, but if
I actually had a question.
Yes.
So you said that you can send. So is this only for like surveys and signed consent forms? Can we also do like questionnaires now? I heard you mention questionnaires.
Yes, you absolutely can do questionnaires. Yep. So if you go in here, so if you have existing questionnaires, let's go into the office visit screen. Fastest way for me to get to that connect button. But yes, when you click on that, I got to click on a patient. Yeah. It's not just consents and surveys. It's consents, questionnaires, surveys, and it depends on the document, right? As long as it's a .pdf.doc, you can send it out, but questionnaires does fit in there. So this is pulling directly from what you have set up in the application and what you have security access to. But yes, you can send out questionnaires, I guess.
So the questionnaire, we have to upload the questionnaire as a PDF. It's not like the old way to make the questionnaires where you just typed out the questions.
No. I think if you have an existing questionnaire that you've created in the application, it'll pull from there and it'll show up in whatever format it shows up as. But yes, no, you don't have to recreate it or upload it as a PDF.
Okay. And then it automatically goes into the like where you mapped it into the progress note, like the HPI, for example.
Yes, and that's a good question. Like I'll confirm that because you're right. You guys go into here and you view the responses, kind of like what you do with check-in, and then you make sure you're uploading it into the right structured data fields. But yes, it should work just like a questionnaire. It should work just like a questionnaire. And I'll confirm that and send a nice long an email to Jody after this, as I usually do. After this, I send out an email.
And then we can send that at any time during the visit and even like before the visit or after the visit.
Yes.
And basically for any type of visit. Is that correct?
That is correct. Absolutely. You can definitely have a trigger for, certain questionnaires or surveys going out based on a visit type. You can have that automated as well. But yeah, I think the benefit of Healow Connect and having this platform is you decide when and who you want to send it to, regardless of if there's an appointment or not, right? You decide when it's going out to them. Yeah.
And there's no like auto scoring, correct? It's just like the standard. It's like the questionnaire that we have now, right? It just puts the data into the progress note. It's not able to kind of like score the different responses or.
No, I don't think it does that. No, I don't think so. Like calculating like a, I don't think it does that. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
No, these are great questions for me to follow up on. See, this is good info for me. So I'll get back to you on that.
We keep you on your toes, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Drew, this is Rachel. How are you?
Rachel, what's up? I'm good.
What's up?
You broke my heart this week by not signing the Healow Sign contract.
I'm sorry. I don't like breaking hearts. That's not my goal.
That's okay.
Question though, I know this is available on the 12.0.2.
Yeah.
Is it something once we get that version that we just put a ticket in for to get training on it and get it activated? Is that
Yes, as of right now, and I'll confirm this as well, but I'll defer to Sid. Before I jumped on, they said as of right now, you have to put in a case and someone just switches on an item key in eCW, and once it's switched on, we'll have someone reach out to kind of walk you through in the setup if you need some help with it. But I believe in the later versions, if it's not 12.02, that you're going to be able to just switch it on yourself. Obviously, if you get it switched on, you won't really care about that. But yeah, as of right now, you need to have the item key switched on through support.
awesome? And then one more question. The uploading of documents by the patient to the portal, is there a restriction on that, or is it any document that we ask them to upload, they can upload as long as it's like a PDF or?
Yes, that's a great question. I think what I've seen is it just has to be, again, a PDF or a docs document. So I'll double check that though. That's a good, because I guess there should be some restriction, right, as to what they're uploading. They could just upload whatever they want then if they're bored maybe, and they just that makes sense. Let me go back to the slide deck. Let me just see if there's anything in there that I missed. My first eCW day is going to be in April, so I've not done the eCW deck slide. So I was looking through them and I was learning a lot more things today. I was like, oh, I was like, all right, now let's go. That's a good question here you go. So compose pieces, allow patients to upload documents. So I guess you have to allow them to upload it. And then once you give them that setting to upload it, I guess you could, that's what I'm assuming based on what I'm just seeing up here. But
Okay.
yes, I think as long as it's the right format, a PDF or a .docs, you can upload it. But you decide. You can probably just have them upload it and then take away their rights to upload stuff if you are worried about them putting something crappy on there or something.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And I'll
Also
confirm
to
that.
add, Rich,
Sorry?
go ahead, Drew.
No, sorry, I'm saying, did you hear something different about that, Sid? About just both the questions actually, if you don't mind me leaning on you there for the
It's
Healow
me, Dhruv,
Sign.
Nitesh. I also actually rely on your information when it comes to the
What's up?
the compatible version in terms of
Okay.
which version is compatible to. But I was just wanted to inform Rachel that Rachel, just as per the email you sent me, we'll be getting to know by tomorrow morning when is the practice scheduled for the upgrade to O2. So hopefully I'll get back to you by tomorrow with a definite date.
Perfect. Thank you, Nitesh.
No problem.
Yeah.
So I
So
also had another question about the Healow Sign Healow questionnaire. Is
yes.
that only like a text message, or can we do it through like the Healow kiosk if we set that up, like with iPads?
Kiosk, I'm not sure. Text message and the other modalities that are available, I guess,
Okay,
are
so portal, email.
etc. I'm pretty sure, yes, that's doable for sure. Multiple modules over there. But the kiosk that's a good question. I'm not sure about that. I'll confirm that for you.
Is there a way in the Healow Connect to change like the number you want to text or like the email, or is it just based on what's in the patient's demographics?
I think what's in the demographics from what I just saw quickly, if I go in there. But again, you can always change the patient information up there, right? If you have to. But I guess I see what you're saying. You're saying if they want it sent to a different number. I don't think so, because yeah, it's pulling from, it's all linked to the hub and the connect piece. Yeah. I doubt that. Is that so? What would the scenario be over there if you were doing that? Is that just like?
Well, just like if we have like the mother's number on file and like the father brings the kid.
I see.
We want to send them the number without having to like go into the demographics and change it and have to change it back or something, or they we change it and we forget to change it back, and then they miss communication down the road. Like if yeah.
No, that makes sense. That's a good one to take back actually to them also. That might be a good good request, to have them change the number right there from the connect screen. If they just put in whatever number they need, that makes sense. Just making it, I was trying to see if there's a section in info now, if they added something else for, another field maybe for when you could add something. No, but I don't see that. Okay. Good question. So I'll get you, as of right now, what I've written down is just getting you the exact version number as to when it's going to be, you're going to be able to do the setup yourself. And, as of right now, 1202, actually 1201 should have this too. And I'll confirm the version, everything to do with the versions for right now, but for sure, just put in a case if you want it, I guess, right now, Rachel, if that's what you're looking at to do. And
Will do.
yes. And what was the other question we had? I'm sorry, I'm writing it down right now. What was the other question we had besides the version? That I was confirming. Let me just write that down also.
The document upload, I think.
Upload document, correct. That's right. Okay, gotcha. Perfect. I will do that. All right.
And Dhruv, if I'm a practice that is going to open a case to get this turned on, I should say.
Just Healow Connect.
Okay.
Trying to activate Healow Connect. Yeah.
Just making sure.
That's how my mom used to talk to me when I was a child, when she wanted me to get to say something correct. She'd be like, and the right thing to do is punch him in the face. No, Dhruv, that's not the right thing to do. Okay, no, but yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll send you. I kind of you've recorded the session actually, right, Jody? So you have the screenshots, but I'll try and send you maybe a PDF of the presentation for this one, because I've taken a lot of the relevant information from, a bunch of different places and just put it together. So I'll try and clean it up a little bit and send it out if you'd like. I know you have the recording, but if you'd like, I'll send out a PDF for
I
this.
think it would be helpful for some of the people that weren't able to join. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it over.
All right. Are there any other questions? This was a good one.
Aren't they all great ones? I don't
They
understand.
are, but this seems like something that everybody's really leaning in for.
Okay, cool.
All right, I don't see any questions in the chat. So thank you all for your time. We'll give you some time back and reach out to Dhruv or I if you need any help, and have a good rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, Jody. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
everyone.